Yogi Adityanath, who's accompanied Prime Minister Modi inside the nomination centre, but we don't see any other leader. We believe that Home Minister Amit Shah has also arrived to show support, Rajnath Singh, all the top leaders of the BJP, but Yogi Adityanath only the chosen one to go inside with Prime Minister Modi at the nomination centre.
Right, the Chief Minister, of course, is, like you said, he is the one who is accompanying the Prime Minister inside the nomination centre, inside this very building behind me. Of course, all those top leaders that we've been speaking about, they're all present right now inside that very building. So that shows strength. We might just see it when they all come out as well. We'll see if we have the opportunity, given the security, restrictions over here, to speak to some of them as well about the fact that, they were part of this moment when the Prime Minister filed his nomination here from Varanasi. But yes, as far as the centre in itself is concerned, the room in itself is concerned, only the Prime Minister, two proposers, it seems, and Yogi Adityanath were present inside the centre. The Prime Minister, we believe, has finished filing his nomination papers, and in a short while from now, we expect him to step out of the nomination centre as well. It remains to be seen if he has a few words for the people of Kashi as he leaves from here, because remember, there is no campaign as such which is scheduled in Kashi after this. He will be headed straight to Jharkhand, where he will be addressing a public meeting in Koderma at about 3:30. But yes, he will be holding a sort of meeting. It's informal in nature. He's just hosting all the top leaders of the NDA who've arrived over here to show solidarity and support for the Prime Minister. He will be meeting with them at the Rudraksh Convention Centre here in Varanasi, and subsequent to that, the Prime Minister will be leaving from Varanasi and heading straight for Jharkhand.
All right. The words that Prime Minister uses often, saying that Ma Ganga adopted me, that I'm the man of this land, Kashi and my connect is unmatchable, it's unbreakable. These are emotions that really, that his supporters hook on to. They admire Prime Minister Modi as is for his, for the way he shaped the country. As we know, in the last 10 years, the BJP certainly has a few things to boast of. But when speaking of emotions, he seems to be the perfect man to really connect with the grassroots in places like Varanasi particularly, who thrive in spirituality and religion. For them, Prime Minister Modi is really the face of Hindutva.
Absolutely. There has been a very strong wave of Hindutva here in Varanasi. It was there in the past as well. Again, it is seen in terms of, the Hindu culture and spirituality. It is seen as one of the epicenters, as far as the tradition is concerned. So there was a very strong wave of it earlier as well. It has only, of course, picked up with the 2014 campaign and the Prime Minister then beginning to represent their the constituency of Varanasi as well. You see that in the culture and the ethos of Varanasi as well. Again, we're still just standing by for the Prime Minister to step out in a short while from now. But yes, on the ground itself, the wave of supporters that I saw yesterday at the road show, and their immediate reason for being there, for connecting with the Prime Minister, wanting to see him represent the constituency one more time, is about him and that civilizational connect which he seems to have brought to the forefront as far as Varanasi is concerned. Let's be honest about it. There continue to be a lot of concerns in terms of taking Varanasi to a stage where it becomes a model, a city in every which way. Infrastructure, for instance, continues to be a huge concern. But then people you speak to, they never thought that, the Kashi Vishwanath corridor could be something of a reality. They never even imagined a corridor of that kind could be built, where you had a direct route which bypassed, the traffic and went from the River Ganga to the Kashi Vishwanath temple. Several such sections of Varanasi which have been developed as well. The Rudraksh Convention Centre, where the Prime Minister will be meeting with the NDA leaders as well. Another such centre which has been built in order to, of course, put Kashi on the global map as well. Remember, he's been hosting a lot of foreign leaders, dignitaries, diplomats in Kashi over here, putting Kashi right there at the top. Like I said, the teething problems remain in terms of, You speak to the small, what was Banaras known for and has been known for generations. It is, of course, Banarsi handloom, the Banarsi sari. You speak to the small businessmen, and they do talk about the dying art and the dying handloom industry. They're talking about handlooms being replaced by power loom. These are concerns that remain. These are challenges that remain. Infrastructure, like I said, continues to be a huge challenge as well. But yes, there has been a fair amount of transformation since, of course, the Prime Minister began to represent this constituency, and to see that transformation and its course continue, a lot of people in Kashi will vote for Narendra Modi.
Speaking of development in Varanasi itself, and that's also another, well, people are watching it, where they're seeing Varanasi transform. In fact, in 2019, Paulami, I myself was in Varanasi, where I did cover some bits of Prime Minister Modi's campaign at that point. And while I did speak to the people on ground, they say that Varanasi has transformed. And we know and we see Varanasi from what it was to today. It really epitomizes the best of Prime Minister Modi's development model. If you could take us through, apart from, of course, the religious connect that he has with the people of Varanasi, the developmental push that he's made in his home bastion. We can certainly call it his home bastion today.
Absolutely. You know, he has said that in as many words when, you know, he in this election season said, "It is Ma Ganga who has adopted me." We still remember that iconic line, which he says was something which was impromptu. I just said it when I came here first, saying, "Mujhe kisi ne bheja nahi hai, mujhe Ma Ganga ne bulaya hai," which he said in 2014. And today he says, "Ma Ganga ne mujhe god liya hai. Ma Ganga has adopted me." The relationship, of course, between the Prime Minister and his constituency has grown. In the first instance in 2014, he fought from two constituencies. Varanasi was the second constituency, but he chose to leave Gujarat and represent Varanasi. Many, of course, said that this is symbolic of what has always been said about Indian politics, that the route to the, you know, to government in Delhi, or, you know, to governance in Delhi is through Uttar Pradesh, and that's exactly what the Prime Minister is depicting. In 2019, of course, he chose to only contest from Varanasi. This election, there was a lot of chatter about the fact that whether the Prime Minister would choose to fight from a constituency in the south as well, or probably just from the south. There was a lot of conversation and backroom talk around it as well, but the Prime Minister chose to contest only from Varanasi. He says that he has developed a relationship with Varanasi which is now sacrosanct, and he wants to continue to develop on that relationship. He doesn't want to, you know, abandon Kashi. And yes, as far as development work is concerned, there is a lot that needs to be done in terms of bringing Varanasi on par with some of our other smart cities in the way that the government, the past 10 years of the NDA government has tried to develop. But yes, the development aspect continues to be a strong focus area as well. Uttar Pradesh government, the governance in Uttar Pradesh has focused a lot on Varanasi because it is a VIP constituency. But yes, there still remains a lot of work that needs to be done in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of, you know, basic amenities. Of course, there has been a lot of improvement, like you, of course, spoke about, having been here to the constituency and having spoken to the people, but there still happens to be a long way to go as far as that development aspect is concerned. So it cannot just be one or the other. It cannot just be about focusing on the civilizational and spiritual aspect of Varanasi, which is what makes Kashi Kashi, but it has to also be about the developmental aspect. If you want to showcase it to the world as what it is, one of the oldest living cities of the world, then you have to, of course, pump up on the development aspect as well, and that is a work in progress. But yes, a lot of work needs to be done in that regard.